Welcome to The Breakdown. I'm Becca, your forever host, and I am here to help my fellow basic ladies who are losing the battle against sports for their guys' attention. Now, as the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. So I'm here to help inform, entertain, and hopefully make sports more relatable for those babes who are out there trying to get a clue. Ladies, we all know what time of year it is. As of last Tuesday, pumpkin spice season is upon us. Now go ahead, dust off those shin-high Uggs, lint roll those leggings that we've been wearing all year, and break out those puffy vests. Now, let's be real. We all count down the days to pumpkin spice season. We all have that one thing that triggers us to know it is upon us, whether it's the days getting shorter and spending less time at the pool and at the beach, or maybe you're getting ready to go back to school. Whatever it is, we all have that one thing that screams, pumpkin spice season is here. Now, that is exactly how our guys feel about football. Now, I don't get it. It's not something I can get behind like pumpkin spice season, but it is what it is. The very first day that I stand in line, waiting on that very first sip of my first pumpkin spice latte of the season, is also the day I know all of my communication with Jake is about to be football related. And that's only if I can get his attention. Because from the time football starts, that also means fantasy football is upon us. Yes, fantasy, make-believe, doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of life events. But this has become a billion-dollar industry. Billion with a B. I honestly have such a hard time wrapping my mind around it. But it is what it is. So these guys, our guys, spend their time planning, studying, watching the every move of players and teams and what they have going on so that they can create their own teams with real players who score fake points based on their real performance each week. It's honestly mind-blowing. They study for this thing like they are studying to pass the bar. And wait, it gets better. It's not like they just do this at the start of the season, they put in all this time, football starts, and then it's done. We don't have to hear about it again. No, this happens every single weekend. Every single weekend. Like, honestly, all I can compare it to is how us women dream about our weddings, and we think about it from the time we're a little girl, or even we start pinning stuff on Pinterest and making all these plans before we're even in a serious committed relationship where we're engaged and things are happening. Now, I've been trying to plan a wedding, and honestly, Jake has no interest. He says,
"Oh, tell me when to show up and when, I'll be there."
in things. He does not care. But fantasy football, on the other side of things, he literally needs to know every detail every day about how his team is progressing and what's changing. And honestly, it is insane. The big difference is we do all this planning for one big event, something that's going to be documented and we are going to show our kids and our grandkids. And like, this is a huge event. Hopefully it only happens one time, but this is something they do every year. And every football season, for however long football season is, 16 weeks, I think. Kind of bring this full circle and bring us back to the whole idea of if you cannot beat them, join them, because trust me, I've been trying. There is no escaping fantasy football season. You ask them to, hey, maybe only play in one league this year, not 3 or 4, or however many you think is necessary. It does not work. So, if you can't beat them, join them. My very best advice would be get on their bandwagon. Make them think you support their team. Now, let's do this by asking really simple questions. Do not ask an open-ended question because you will get a 45-minute answer about things that, quite frankly, we don't care about, nor do we understand. So, I reached out. I was trying to, get some advice from Jake and my brother about, okay, what kinds of things could I ask you that would help these ladies that would not force you to ramble on for 45 minutes? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got questions that I was like, honestly, I would not care. So here's my version of things you could ask. Hey babe, are you winning? That's a great one because I don't even care if he's winning, but that makes him think I am. If I'm being honest, over the years, there's one thing I've learned. I do have a favorite question. I like to ask who is on his team. You know, very basic. There's not a whole lot he can go on and say about it. And then I Google image search them and I pick the most attractive ones and I focus on them because then I don't really care how they perform. I don't really care anything except when I'm forced to watch the games, I know who I'm paying attention to and it's worth watching. That is something I can stand behind. If you are attractive, I will watch you play because it's better than watching someone who's unattractive play. And I have to watch someone play because that's the way things go in this household on Sundays. You know how they have that saying, baseball butts drive me nuts? Football is no different. There are some players who those football pants, if that's what they're called, I don't know if they have a special name, just really do them justice. It is great. It is the best thing football has done for women to date. I dare them to top it. I would enjoy it. Please top it. Now that's gonna do it for today's episode of The Breakdown. I appreciate you all coming by, watching the video, sticking it out till the end. Of course, feel free to comment, leave your questions. If there's anything that you have topics about that you want to see in future episodes, definitely drop them below. I will try to get back to you as many of them as we can. And new content is going to be posted every Monday and every Thursday, so feel free to swing by, check it out on those days. Thanks, guys.